All right, I'm Nathaniel Lee,
I'm Isaiah Johnson.
and this is our code walkthrough.
All right. So we've gone over quite a few things already, and the main thing that we've changed in the last couple milestones is the My Profile page. So we're going to go ahead and go over that. Here we have an error box that will be displayed if something goes wrong when the user is trying to submit data. Right here we have all of our divs that contain the information of the user. These will be loaded via JavaScript through partial pages. That'll all be explained in a minute. First, we're going to show what happens when the document's loaded. We call render partial pages. Render partial pages is right here, and we're calling a get to retrieve user profile information, and that's going to be in our profile controller. So what we're doing is we are getting an array of information from the user. It'll contain their address, their jobs, their education, and their skills. And then we're going to pass that array back into JavaScript with different, so the address will be address section, etc., etc. And then we'll get each item in the array and we'll set the partial page sections to whatever that array is. In the profile controller, right here, each object is a partial view that's actually, the render function will convert it to a string of HTML. So that means that when it's passed back to JavaScript, it will be in HTML format. Once that's done, we have a few different things. We have the add buttons for the different sections. And then we also have modify and then delete buttons. They all follow the same format right here. When we add an address, we serialize the form, we call the add address, it's a post, and then we pass it the serialized address form. While it's doing that, it'll show a loading circle. Once it's done with that, it will update the HTML, and then it'll hide that circle that's showing that it's loading. It does the same thing for the add job and the add education, and then as well as the modifying, it's the same thing. So we're just serializing the address, changing the HTML of the address section. So that's how the My Profile page works. It's pretty straightforward, but it took a while to get done.
Alright, so now we'll go over the logging service provider. So this basically just calls the app singleton so that it only creates one instance of the logger. And then we'll go ahead and go to the middleware. So this security middleware, it sets a number of routes that are not protected, and then if the user is in the session, it will set the authenticated to true, and if it's a secured page and they are not authenticated, it'll just redirect to login. The admin security goes through and gets the user from the session, sets the protected pages, and then if the user is not null and it is an admin page, it gets the admin value from the user object, and then if the admin value is 0, then it sets verified to false, and if they are not verified, then it just redirects back, which tends to go to the profile page. And that's it for this one.